Thank you all for coming out today. I didn't think I was going to be able to come up here and say anything, but I want to just try to just share some words. I know a lot of you know my dad and don't know any of us. I know he has a lot of extensive friends and helped a lot of people throughout his life, especially the AA program. Growing up, we all talk, we've shared a lot of memories. We don't have any complaints. We had one of the best childhoods could ever had. No, our parents didn't have a lot of money, but they did everything they could to make us everything, went above and beyond to make our childhood like perfect. We were very active in the church, and we have a lot of memories. We would go to this church retreat camp every year. That was just something that we did, and I used to, transparent, I hated it, at first. Church camp, and then we grew to like it, and, it was something that was just special that we did as a family. My dad had always, when we were younger, we played sports. I was never very good at sports, but we played, and then we had some teams. Like I think I was on the B-list team. So my dad would coach it because they couldn't find a coach. He would step up and help and be there, and be a part. And there's a lot of fond memories of all that. And one funny story I do want to share that I was thinking about was my dad was in the Air Force, and he was an airplane mechanic. That's what he did. And you that know my father, he was not a mechanically inclined person at all. At all. You know him, you know what I'm talking about. So funny story, so when we were kids, he bought this brand new Astro van. You all probably remember, it had that blue van that he had for years. And some years after he bought it, it had like a major engine problem. Something happened, and I was young, never knew. So later on in life, fast forward, I'm like, Dad, whatever happened to the Astro van back then? And he said that he bought it brand new, he never checked the oil or changed the oil until he just drove it till it seized the motor. Wow. That's my dad, I know. Yeah, I'm sure you all can relate to that. You know my dad. Oh man. Yeah, he used to say his father, our grandfather that we never met, he was a very handy man, and he built the house that he grew up in with his hands, and had his own construction company. And my dad would always say, it must have skipped a generation, with my brother. He always was amazed, or just like, wow, how can you guys can do this stuff? And he just can't, could never really do it, And another thing is, music. Remember, growing up, he'd have a band in the garage. I remember just being, I don't know how old I was, real little. We'd open the door in the garage, and they'd be out there just rocking out. Drums, and the guitars, and then, so I always saw that, and was like, man, I really want to play drums. And I was always wanting to play music. And my dad, I practiced and took lessons for, I think it was about a year, and he finally bought me a drum set. And he's like, I want to make sure you're serious about this. And then he went and got me a drum set, and like it was shared, he just loved playing with the family. My brother, myself, and my dad, we first started jamming together, playing at church functions and everything. And then he always loved, as we grew older, fill in with one of my bands, or we playing with Steve, and he really got a kick out of it, and it was great too. And I played with our varsity blues band. He loved to jump up and play, and it seemed like the crowd would really go crazy when he came and would sing for us. Everybody loved it. So, but yeah, just lots of great memories, and this was obviously very unexpected for all of us. And I just really appreciate everybody coming out and all the support that everybody's given. This is like I said, we don't have much more extended family here, and we lost our mom some time ago. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. He really, I was real grateful for everything he did for my mom. Watching her being sick, I couldn't do it. It was really hard to be, and he was there every day for her. He took care of her until the end. So she's a really good person, and like you said, growing up, had our teenage years, and, I made a lot of mistakes, and, my dad never judged me. He was always there for me no matter what. Like I would call him, I'll share this, there's a lot of hey folks in here, but I call him sometimes, like, hey Dad, I feel like I'm having a drinking problem right now, and I'm really just being too much, I need, so I want to talk to you about it. He'd just be like, oh no, son, you're great, everything is great, don't worry about it, like, oh no, you have a job and you're keeping it together, and I'm just like, Dad, that's not what I want to hear right now. I want you to tell, like, hey, son, you should probably, slow down, but that's just the person he was, and it's just, none of us kids do anything wrong, and we do lots of things wrong, and he was always there for us, always, and, but I just want to say, like I said, thank you everybody, and it's a great loss for all of us, and he'll